What's going on, Star Citizen fans? It's your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I am back with another one today for you guys. So I apologize, it's been about a week or so since I posted something. I'm having I guess what you would call that kind of writer's block type of situation. Try to create videos, but then it doesn't seem like anything kind of pans out where I like it enough to want to share it. I've tried to do a couple videos on some of the hauling missions that'll make you quick money, and some other crafting stuff, but like I said, it hasn't been really working out for me. So I did bring something to you today, which is basically some of the information we got from the little bar citizen that they had recently. So we're just gonna quickly get into it and check it out. So let's see what we got. All right, so it looks like that there was Ironclad and Ironclad Assault bridge rework, likely gaining pilot capability from the bridge. One source was uncertain, multiple others said pilot from bridge being gained. So I'm a little fuzzy on what that means, because the module is supposed to be the bridge. So what it sounds like to me is that the operations area, what it sounds like to me, it sounds like the operations area is turning into the bridge now for the Ironclad, which it honestly could be because they're having problems with the command module situation, that it's causing a lot of problems. So maybe they think that having the main ship have a bridge instead is probably gonna work better. I have no idea. So I just found that really weird that they're referring to saying it's a bridge rework now and being pilot capable. So, because like I said, the command module flies just fine, and they did say whenever the Ironclad first came out that they weren't going to let you control the ship from the operations area. Now, for those of you who don't know, the operations on the regular Ironclad is where all the tractor beam controls are. There's 2 seats for the tractor beam, one that's in the actual cargo bay hold, and then one that's on top that's on a I forget what you call it, but where it kind of goes back and forth to each side. So, and then on the Assault, there's 4 seats, which are for the turrets. So each seat controls a turret on the Ironclad Assault. So when they say it's going that you can control or pilot it from the bridge, I wonder if that's what they're talking about, even though they said that wasn't what they were going to do. But I wonder if it's going to be because it conflicts. All the conflicts they're having with the command module controlling the ship. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So next up on the list, which is one of the things I'm definitely excited about, is the suit lockers. Suit lockers will be effort to get working in 4.9 or 4.10 patch cycle. You know what that means. That means about the time right before we hit fall, by the time we hit fall, we should have suit lockers finally. 14 years down the line, we're finally gonna have suit lockers. All these ships with suit lockers in them that don't work, we will finally have suit lockers. Now, this is a big game changer for me, in my opinion, because again, it kind of aligns with CIG's what they're trying to go with, where they want you can't just wear heavy suits everywhere you go, right? Sometimes you have to wear, or maybe you need to have radiation suits somewhere. This will allow you to switch between armors and clothing, if I'm not mistaken, on your ship. So you have options for stuff where you're not constantly, having to wear the same thing to everything, right? Because they're trying to make some different distinctions where you can't do everything with just one thing and it just be fine, which is like currently what they're doing with G-force and piloting. So for a lot of faster ships, especially, there's a lot of G-force involved now. So if you have a flight suit that is meant to handle G-force, then you'll be okay for the most part. You won't black out as fast. However, with something like a heavy armor, you'll black out pretty quickly the minute you start hitting some G-forces. So I think this is their push towards that actualization where people have to really kind of decide what they're going to use their suit or their flight suit or armor for, or what to wear depending on the occasion. If it's for radiation, if it's for heat, cold, like you have to, you know, now take that to account whenever suit lockers come out, because like I said, it's now to the point at the moment where you don't want to be wearing a heavy suit, a heavy armor when you're flying a really fast ship, you know. But with suit lockers, let's say like you're in the Guardian series, where it, you know, it's pretty quick, it's a, you know, it's a heavy fighter, you can wear a flight suit when you're piloting it, but then let's say you're going to go into a heavy combat zone, you can just mosey onto the back and get your armor, switch it out to where your flight suit's in the suit locker and the heavy armor's on you now. Go into battle, do your business, come back, switch it back out, go back to flying your ship, do some dogfighting. So that's initially what the concept is heading towards, which again, I'm a fan of. Or if you're like me, who I like to actually wear civilian clothing sometimes, which is another thing they were pushing for towards 1.0, where there's going to be some places where you can't wear heavy armor, or, you know, wear armor pieces, and you're going to have to wear some sort of clothing, and clothing is supposed to get some sort of armor stat at some point that will give you some protection, but later down the line. But suit lockers, finally, super excited about it. What do you guys think about that? Please let me know in the comments. Now we're getting to the next part, where it says 2027 ship schedule is being worked on, and a certain staff member is going to push for 600i series rework. So 2027, guys, next year, where we're getting the Kraken, and I'm pretty sure a couple other goody ships they're going to start working on, hopefully the 600i rework. In my opinion, the ship has already been worked on. I know there's a lot they're doing and stuff, but I'll always be a fan of getting the current ships up to standard before we start, you know, doing other things with unknown brand new ships. Even though the unknown brand new ships are pretty cool, the M80 was definitely one of those. I still feel like the backlog ships should take priority, especially if the gameplay is in the game or if it's already in the game. So I know a lot of people are going to look forward to that 600i rework. I believe the outside is supposed to stay the same. It's just the inside is supposed to change a bit, be more towards the Origin standard, what they're trying to create, because I don't think Origins had kind of like a manufacturer's update as far as the design language, and, you know, for both the interior and exterior, whereas like Anvil and Aegis and RSI have kind of gotten their branding as far as how their ships are, materials that they use for inside and outside. So, you know, it's distinctly an RSI ship. Misk, same thing. Misk has had their manufacturer rework where, you know, you see a ship, it's distinctly Misk. You cannot get past it. So I think Origin's going through that right now with theirs, where they're now starting to work on it, where it gives that defining Origin look both inside and out for Origin ships, which I think we'll start seeing more Origin ships as we go down the line, you know, in the next year or so. Hopefully we'll get the G12. I'm waiting for that. I mean, if this is where they're starting to work on the Origin language of ships, as the 600 items start working on next year, we got the M80. Hopefully the G12 will be somewhere in there. I hope so. My hope also is that maybe there's a 500i series that's a mix between, that looks kind of like the 600i, but is in size-wise is in between the 400i and the 600i, but it has something like a actual cargo hold that's meant for the G12. That, and you can get it as a game package. I think that would be really, really cool. But that's just me. I'm just throwing it out there because I have a big affinity for luxury ships that kind of give you that kind of spy type feeling. Kind of like if you ever played Star Wars: The Old Republic, the Imperial Agent, the ship that he had on there is called I think it's a Phantom something. it was meant to be, if you look it up, it's meant to be look like a luxury yacht. So you get on board, there's like wood grain everywhere, it looks all luxury, but it has like a lot of like military upgrades, a lot of like, you know, military's house like sensors and stuff like that behind all the panels. So in essence, like I said, it's truly a military like covert spy ship underneath it all, but it looks like a luxury yacht. So I like things like that. I think Origin would be really good at doing something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. Listen up, CIG 500i luxury spy ship. Let's go. So anyways, moving on. Base building is targeted for 2027. So 2027 looks like we're getting a lot of good stuff. If we can get base building in 2027, you know, you guys now can basically scatter yourself all over the frontier and having a spot of your own on any planet. So that's a plus. That's great. Also, Alien Week will have the Raylan and a industrial ship from Gattac as well, particularly inspired by a ship from 2001 A Space Odyssey. Okay, so there's only 2 ships in that movie, so I'm a little scared because the first one was like this long cylinder thing that looks like it had 2 little things that came off of it. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but it looked pretty, you know, And then the other thing was a spherical ball with legs that came out of it to prop it, which kind of reminds me of the drop ship for the mechs from Mech Warrior. You can all, if you want to look to find out what the idea of it, but you can just look it up. 2001 Space Odyssey ships that were in the movie, you'll see it. So I'm not exactly too sure how thrilled about this I am, but it's Gattac, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it pretty cool. I can't see it not being a cool ship, I hope. But then again, sometimes CIG has given flops on ships. We're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be that banger, and it's terrible. So let's hope that it is not that. Let's hope that it's really cool. And then 4.8.3 will have alien NPCs that need protection from Xenothreat. It says finally non-Wicklow aliens to work with. So that'll be cool, you know. I'm not sure which aliens are gonna need help, which I think it'll be really cool because maybe we'll start seeing, as I said, we're gonna see alien NPCs. So I mean, it could be anybody flying some sort of alien ship. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be the Xi'an, maybe. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm super interested. That's gonna be coming soon because, you know, 4.8.3. So I mean, that's not too far from where we are. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty sure they'll maybe drop for Alien Week more than likely. When pressed about if PTV will fit on Raylan elevator, CIG staff responded with, the Raylan will not be alone. I'm confused. So I don't know what that means. Because I mean, I guess that means that there's gonna be a alien ground vehicle. I suspect, I mean, let's see. Let me quickly look it up. Because I'm not exactly sure. I think it's that golf cart, isn't it? Yeah, the PTV is a golf cart. So, I mean, I guess it's gonna. We're gonna get a little alien ground vehicle as well. I like the way that sounds. That sounds cool to me. So we're getting more alien love. Let's go. Speculations see the above note on the second industrial ship and the rumors of the small ball with arms from the movie. Yeah, see, like I said, the little ball for that they were talking about. So it might be that, because that's the only other thing it can be. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a small alien, like get around ship or something. I don't know. I'm interested to see what it is. I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully, if it's a ship, it has a quantum drive. If it's a ground vehicle, hopefully it doesn't look weird. So new enemy faction coming in 4.9 patch cycle. So at some point in 4.9, we're getting another faction. I mean, there's another one. Shatterblade, Xenothread, Slicers. What? I mean, yeah. I mean, another faction. We'll see where that takes us. So probably, because I do believe that there's a note about Nyx somewhere, being teased for September. So more than likely they might be on Nyx. I don't know. So we have Siege of Orison coming in 4.9. Again, along with instance environment. This is something I'm definitely looking forward to. So if you don't know, instance environment pretty much is where you pick a mission that's an instance, and it's just for you and your teammates to explore without having to worry about people bothering you. Like in Siege of Orison prior, you would go in, there'd be lots of people going in at the same time, but then sometimes there would be some organization that would go, but they would actually work with the Nine Tails and they would start shooting at you and things like that. Get kind of annoying. It's whatever. But this, as people, always complain about the line between PvPing and willfully PvPing, if people don't want to PvP, they shouldn't have to. Okay, if you're only playing a game to PvP with people and no one wants to do it, then sure, you should have your thing if people want to do that. But sometimes people don't want to deal with other people. They just want to enjoy what the game has to offer without having to deal with other people ruining that experience for them. So I'm definitely for this. I think it's a great idea. We've seen some of it, I think, with the QV stations, where you can get one where no one knows where you are, so you could just do that. And yeah, and there's the QV stations that are less, I think, money, and you could still have people show up and do whatever. So but yeah, all for it. Let's go. Siege of Orison is a super fun campaign. When it comes back, if you haven't done it, definitely do it. Definitely do Siege of Orison. Squadron 42 will not be part of the Summer Game Fest. We all I'm sure everyone's heard the news about that. It's probably being delayed till next year, 2027. No big surprise there. Oh, excuse me. And then CIG staff will push for another ship that is often asked to be reworked, that is not the Reclaimer or a Connie series of ships in 2027. So I mean, there's a couple of ships that don't have like components and stuff, like the Cutlass doesn't have components. I'm trying to think of other ones besides the Connie, besides the Reclaimer. Curious to see what's going on with that. But that's all I got, guys. It's just a little bit of news from that Bar Citizen. I can't wait to see all the stuff that's coming in between 4.8 right now, which they need to patch this instance right now, because this 4.8 was an absolute disaster. And I'll just touch on that real quickly, just from my experience and stuff that I'm pretty sure everybody experienced. Obviously the Ironclad was a very crappy release on the fact that it keeps separating it in quantum. It's not working like it's supposed to. It's killing you. My apologies. I had a moment where everything started acting all crazy, so and my light turned off, so I'm a little bit more dim. Sorry. So as I was saying with 4.8, there was a moment where like I said, the Ironclad's not working at all. It's still in a pretty bad state. Some people are like, oh, you can work around it, you can use it. Not really. Last night I actually took my Ironclad out and I flew it from Crew L1, and I didn't get for 2 gigameters away. And then of course it dropped out of quantum. The command module separated from the body, but then the body disappeared. Is exactly what it was doing before they hot fixed it beforehand. I forget, they know they did something on the back end when it first dropped. But or maybe it was in PTU because it was doing the exact same thing where it would separate and then the body would disappear. So it did that to me twice. I went back to Cruel 1, reclaimed it, got back in it, did same thing, 2Gs, just separated, the body disappeared. So it's not in a flyable state. No matter what people say of their reworks and stuff like that, that is not a flyable state. It's not. So it needs to be fixed. CIG needs to fix it. That's all there is to it. And it needs to be done soon. I believe that they said a patch is probably dropping this coming week. So we'll see what happens. But it definitely is terrible. And then of course the missions weren't working. There's a lot of stuff. And one other thing that I've noticed is that the tanks, the Tumbrel Storm, Tumbrel Nova, they still drive around pretty bad. The tank treads currently aren't, the animation's not working, flipping through ships, same stuff. So I'm gonna say this just because, again, for as long as I've been playing, you know, which is not as long as a lot of people, when you have the same problem constantly coming back, that's bad code. I'm not a developer, I understand that, and I know CIG is doing their best, but where are the priorities at? Because last year was supposed to be the game of playability and stability. That didn't happen. It's the same song, same bugs. Until they focus on fixing the code and fixing the groundwork so stuff stops breaking every time you patch it, and you constantly getting the same bugs that you were getting last year, 6 months ago, whatever, you have to fix the code for the game. It has to happen. You have to have a moment where you actually sit down and go through it and resolve it, not just keep bandaging it until the next patch where the bandage breaks again. You know, I love this game and I want to see it succeed, but the reality is that, in my opinion, there's a lot of mismanagement happening. This is definitely by far going to be one, currently right now is one of the coolest space space MMO games there is, for what it can do. People say, oh, even online, Elite Dangerous, blah 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 blah, but they're not the same as this. You know, No Man's Sky, it's cute, but it looks like something that's you know, some teenager would play or something like that. This game really is I think a wonderful game, and it has a lot of potential, but they have to fix their priorities for stuff, and that's my opinion. Everybody has their own, and it's okay, you know. But of course, you know, as always, your boy Raptor Spiritus would love to hear what you guys think. How do you guys feel about 4.8, and how do you feel about, you know, the direction of how they prioritize things within CIG? Do you think they could be doing better? Do you think they're doing an excellent job? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments, because I love hearing from you guys. Also, let me know about what you think about the notes from the little bar citizen that they had recently, talking about the little ship that's coming with the Raylan that is inspired from 2001 Space Odyssey. Do you think it's gonna be cool? Do you think it's gonna be weird? Who knows? Let me know down in the comments as well. Are you excited for suit lockers like I am? I'm desperately excited for suit lockers. And how do you feel about the Ironclad? The fact that they're going to apparently be putting on the bridge, whatever that is, that you can fly it from the bridge, because obviously you can fly it from the command module, so it can't be that. So the only bridge place there is the operations deck. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. So as always, it's your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out there, and if you thought I did a good job, make sure you give me that like. Make sure, if you aren't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and follow me for more content. And of course, you know, it helps my channel grow, and I do always appreciate it. But you guys stay safe out there, and I will see you in the verse.